The Mercedes W14 has been slow whole season long, so the team has its entire focus on its 2024 W15. And we have official confirmation from James Allison, the man himself, regarding a special floor upgrade the team has planned for the upcoming Austin Grand Prix, which is set to determine if the W15's development is heading in the proper direction. Want to know what's happening with the W15's development and what the floor upgrade for Austin is that Mercedes has planned? Well, stick around to find out. The underfloor has been a big performance determining factor for Mercedes since 2022, and has been a big thing for almost every team on the grid. But the floor was a big aspect for Mercedes, since it started the ground effect regulations with the zero-pod side pods design. With the floor philosophies, the silver arrows went different from the rest of the grid, opting for a larger exposed upper floor, which caused the team a lot of troubles in both 2022 and 2023 seasons. The W14 obviously has underperformed this season, but the team has a lot of positives to take from even this troubled machine. For instance, if Lewis and George did not have that first lap incident at Qatar, which led to the retirement of Hamilton and to the supposed recovery drive from George Russell, I reckon that Mercedes had the pace in hand with the available strategy to challenge Red Bull and Max Verstappen for the race victory at Qatar. Proof of that pace is the recovery drive George made from P18 up to P4, whereas Sergio Perez in the superior Red Bull had a miserable outing, just barely making it into the points after his pit lane start. If we take a look at the lap times George did in free air, he was actually trading fast laps with the McLarens and Max Verstappen. So if the first lap incident between the Mercedes drivers did not actually take place, the W14 did clearly have the pace to challenge Red Bull for the race victory, with Hamilton or George. But are Mercedes looking to win one race, or is it a world championship they care about? The championship is the obvious answer, as Toto has mentioned many times, that he does not care if it is P2 or P3, unless it's as win and a championship earned. This is the team's aim for 2024 and 2025, and James Allison has shed some light on how the Austin upgrades will provide Mercedes with the understanding and path to this quest. Allison confirmed that the team will be introducing a new floor in Austin, but was cautiously optimistic about gaining any performance advantages. He made the comments after the Qatar GP and was quoted by media as saying, "We're going to bring a new floor to the track, but don't expect any major steps forward. It will give us some gain from a chronometric point of view, but it will serve above all to understand if we are on the right track." Prior to the Qatar GP, Rosie Waite, head of race strategy, had already confirmed the development of the W14 late into the season to further increase their understanding of certain areas, while being hopeful of adding performance. The new parts we bring to the car do both, hopefully add performance and make the current car go faster, but they are all specifically targeted around areas where we need to further our understanding. And the things we will learn from testing them this year will directly feed into the development of the W15. The Silver Arrows cannot afford to take another step in the wrong direction next season if it aspires to fight for race wins and eventually championships. Hence, these upgrades will be crucial for the team to start its 2024 campaign on the right note. And if you can recall what Hamilton said recently about the upcoming winter development to be the team's best, he is absolutely on the money with the comment. Development of the 2024 and 2025 car during 2023 is very important, as there is another regulations overhaul coming in 2026. So if the 2024 car is not competitive, the team will have to focus more and put more money on the 2025 car and have less to work for on the 2026 car under the current cost cap era, which could be a disaster. The team wants to be on a championship contending position in both 2024 and 2025 and carry that momentum into 2026. And from what we have heard so far from Mercedes, the W15 is going to be a championship contender with what they have seen in the wind tunnel after choosing a new development direction to work on. Obviously, Hamilton would not have extended his contract till 2025 if he did not believe his team could not provide him with a championship-winning car. And before signing the extension, he would have seen what the team is up to for next season and would have been satisfied with the work done behind doors. This season, we haven't had many from Allison since the swap of jobs between himself and Mike Elliott. The Silverstone front wing for now is what I would say was from him, and that did actually improve the car's performance in slow speed corners, apparent from Hamilton's pole at Hungary. But we don't have a complete car from him this season. The W14 fundamentally is still the car which was designed by Mike Elliott's expertise, a car with lots of compromises, ranging from the zero side pods, poor cockpit positioning, up to the tight packaging of the power unit, which we recently got to know is underperforming due to the way the power unit is packaged within the car. Making changes to the power unit packaging won't make Mercedes Red Bull equals, but those are contributing factors to the delta Mercedes has towards Red Bull this season. James Allison is a gladiator in this sport, and he has been behind the creation of what Formula One regards to as the fastest F1 car ever created, the W11. So what he brings to the table is very important, and this floor upgrade is going to be no different. The team is taking a different direction from what they already have in terms of the underfloor, and let's go over what changes the team will make to the new floor which is coming to Austin. The first change will be around the Venturi tunnels. We have talked about how the Red Bull concept features long Venturi tunnels, while the Mercedes car has short ones. The W14 has issues on generating required amounts of rear downforce, and this Venturi tunnels concept could be one potential factor behind the issue. We saw the Mercedes underfloor in Singapore, and nothing has changed much from Monaco until now. And we saw how simplistic the Mercedes floor is compared to the Red Bull design. This is because the Silver Arrows focused more on the upper floor, with the zero pods in mind, trying to get huge amounts of suction and downforce generation through its exposed upper floor. The Red Bull's concept is far different. You may argue about the undercut working with the upper floor to generate downforce, but that is not even close to what Mercedes tried to achieve. The Silver Arrows do always say that the side pods were not a performance determining factor, but I think the side pods are a very important factor within these modern cars, where at least half a second's worth of performance can be lost or gained. The biggest problem of the W14 has been the loose rear end. The car has a very strong front end, which allows the drivers to brake very late. But the poor rear means the drivers are not able to hit the accelerator as quick as the others on corner exits, which is where a lot of lap time is lost. This is what Mercedes will be working to solve with its new floor at Austin. Also, the team will use this upgrade as a test bench to check on what the optimal ride height is for the car to generate consistent downforce without running into porpoising. In 2022, the W13 was the lowest car on the grid, and it has porpoising the most out of the entire 2022 grid. To work around porpoising, the team lifted the car for 2023, which has costed them lots of downforce compared to the likes of Red Bull and McLaren. So with the new floor at Austin, the team will test to check on what the optimal ride height is and to see on what philosophy the team is to pursue for 2024. It's all about data gathering for 2024, according to James Allison. Obviously, upgrades are brought to make the car faster, but he did mention that there is not going to be an insane gain in performance. And the upgrade's main purpose is to gain the data required to build up next year's car and to get a better development direction. How low can the car run? What aero characteristics should be included in the underfloor? These are the things Mercedes will be testing out at Austin with this new floor upgrade. So, what do you guys think? What are your expectations from this floor upgrade at Austin from Mercedes? How much importance should the Silver Arrows pour into the car's underfloor? And how much importance do you think the team should put onto the car's suspension for next season? Very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section down below. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads to keep yourselves up to date about the 2023 Formula One season.